go. I just realised that I've been showing my PTGO and just shown off what I've been looking at. Oh dear. Okay, let's put that away. You didn't see anything. Let's go into some ladder games, shall we? Let's keep playing some Lost March because it's been fun to play this deck recently. I'm having fun, enjoying it, etc. Okay. Pretty bonkers start. Nailed it. Okay, let's fire off the Great Ball. Kind of want this for turn 2, but I also want Lily draws. I'll take it. It's not the worst thing to take. When there's a 60 hit point thing against us, pretty much guarantee it for us, which is nice. Like the knockout, I mean. Draw 5. Well, that's really good. Pretty good ramp from us, hitting 3 already. We'll pass it there. We have double Skip Bloom, so that gets us to 100. We're up against a very bad matchup though, that's for certain. Very bad matchup. Anything that can snipe is a problem. Mad Captain, how's it going? Guzma. Stalling Guzma. That's annoying. Does indicate that he's not a Ninetales build though. Unless he... he would beacon if he was a Ninetales build, right? Let's cycle our hand. Doesn't look like he has much going on. Committing energy active is probably our best move. I mean, he can write us beating it. I'll commit bench, just in case he techs E-hammer, I guess. Little Sis, how's it going? Destiny Defender as well. Play Buzz to turn off your brain and run into a good player. Oh dear. The feels. Why not hold other 2 Trumbeaks to hope to hit a supporter? Because the primary use of a Trumbeak is to increase our damage output. Going to Wakefield this weekend? I am indeed. Destiny Defender. I'm there on the Sunday. Hunting down a second cut placement. Got my first win last weekend, so gonna keep chasing those down. I think the play is Nest Ball, Fail Search, Attach DC, Blender away 2 energy cards. Let's scout how many energy we actually have in the deck here. Not a lot. Okay. That's going to be a problem. So we've prized 1 grass and 1 DCE. So blendering away energy does not sound like a good move. Let's blender away a Hoppip and an energy instead. Okay. Good, good, good. Can't wait to high roll me again. We'll see. What are my thoughts on Ultra Necrozma making top 8? I'll go over after I let people get in here. I'll probably have 2 games of Lost March, then we'll get into the meat and bones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're a Trumby called Blender away. Come on. Ah, rip us. Feels so bad, man. Would have been good. Turn to 200. The feels. Debatably could have stayed active there and just passed, but he's a Zoro deck anyway. And it's a Decidueye build, so it doesn't play a lot of heal, as he instantly max potions. But it typically plays like 1 plus 1 Acerola plus Power Pad. Glad I'm enjoying the deck. Yeah, it's a fun deck to play, as we saw from Monday's stream. It's just a lot of fun, right? Got a lot of stick in my latest video for not playing Elm, but you can't really question it when you hit 200 turn 2. We are about to get absolutely bodied though. Wow, no Decidueyes in his hand. Or he already has them in his hand, and he's just trying to thin. We'll see. Your Team Lily over Team Elm? In this deck, sure. How's No Milk going so far? It's going okay. Yeah, concede. Yeah, it's going fine. OT Milk is not that bad. No Elms felt good in testing. I'm glad. I'm glad. Poker Paradise. Rick FX, how's it going? You've been playing it with both in and out, and then with and without GXs. What's your take, Iron Shrek? What's your favourite? Rabby, how's it going? Thought I'd play a fast-paced deck for the few games that I'll have today, just while we let people get in here before we start talking about Roanoke, and then I'm going to get the spreadsheet up to start doing meta chat in line for Harrogate. I actually need to check something in the background. What are we up against? Oh, Mali. Another potentially bad matchup. So yeah, Harrogate is the same weekend as Anaheim, but that's an expanded regional, so we'll be looking at the meta for Harrogate. Taking this to Harrogate. Mimikyu has no weakness, so I think it's actually the tankiest Pokemon he could have led with, which is hilarious. Actually, wait, what? Okay. Dombro cheering 50 bits for the spreadsheet hype. Exactly. That's why you're all here. Both engines seem good. The GXs are great, but mess up prize trades. Yeah. I mean, if I was going to commit to a deck like Lost March, the only thing I'd do is test like 50 games with Elm, 50 games without Elm, and see what happens. It's pretty much all you need to figure out, right? There's not much else you need to do with the deck. Maybe experiment with Timeable, no Timeable. Is that another Decidueye deck? Looks like we're in Concede City right now. I see a Vulpix and green sleeves. This can only mean one thing. See you later. We'll see if we can let loose him and maybe do something. How do I test IRL? If I am going to test IRL, it's normally like a day before a tournament where I will go to friends' houses to play. Usually I test online though. Sometimes friend battles, sometimes just random ladder. So about that Elm guy we were talking about earlier. Doesn't seem like such a bad dude in this spot. Casual Hoppip off the top. We never win the game unless we go aggressive. Risk it for the biscuit. Add 2 shrines into the non-GX. Shrine doesn't draw you cards though, that's the problem. Don't know why people don't play Machoke when Decidueye is meta. Well, if we played Machoke, we have 3 outs of Nest Ball and the Ditto that we play. Ditto just dies to a turn 2 Ninetales find Decidueye, which is what's happening right now. So 50% of the time, your tech does nothing, and if they're playing Zoroark, they will still just Guzma KO your Machoke, and then it does nothing. So let's think for a minute. Does it actually help you win Decidueye? Hell no. Does it help you beat Mally? Yes, but you still probably lose to spell tags. So Machoke doesn't do anything. That's why. And it doesn't draw you cards. So that's why. Vichai MVP, how's it going? This the Oranguru or Marsha list or my own list? You can find the list on the channel. All you need to do in spots like this is just concede real quick. Go on to another game. Let's play a different deck. Let's play some Buzzrock. As I keep saying though, Lost March is probably just a tier 2 deck that still needs to hit a good number of matchups to progress far in a tournament. You're not wrong that Decidueye is meta. Haven't spammed little Jimmy emotes in far too long. Doomsday, how's it going, man? It has been a while. Hope you're doing okay, dude. Ah, an Ultra Ball. What a Pogger's top deck. Now this could be for a Lele turn 1 for a big old Lily, and I think that's what it's going to be. We have prized our Diancie, which is a huge sad face emoji because we could hold Kukui for turn 2 knockout on it. Scott with 100 bits cheer with the little papa face. Thank you, Scott. That's awesome. So I guess we just pull out this guy. And we're going to get rid of the Kukui and do the Lele play. Loving a lower muck. That is a really strong tech right now. That's true. How's it going? Hey, hey, man. I'm not bad, thanks. Way too busy to catch the streams. Gotta make time. Gotta make time for these sorts of things. Okay, Solgaleo. Ninetales. Is he going to play Swampert? He can still Brooklet if he wants to. So savage that we prize Diancie. I could do second Lele for Lycia for exactly Beast Energy. To get pressure knockout. I think I'll do it if he puts down one Mudkip. Planning some electric stuff in Expanded. Yeah, I really need to look into Expanded. I've got a cup coming up, so I do need to have a look at that. Maybe Monday's stream I'll have a look at Expanded. So the meta is play Ninetales in every deck. That's a okay summary, I guess. Lycia for just exactly Beast Energy. How does it sound, boys? I actually don't think it sounds bad. Our turn otherwise is abysmal. Let's do it. This is a weird Buzzwole board. But I want my Beast Energy. I want my prize. Potentially the safest move was, instead of getting the second Rockruff, was to get Baby Buzz here. Because if he wants to go for like counter gain, attach, sublimation, something like that, we could answer a little bit cleaner. Here comes Solgaleo number 1, the Ultra Road boy. And here is Mysterious Guidance, Ninetales. Eels with Electric Power. Oh, poggers. Zeraora gaining Battle Compressor as well is so good for its GX attack. You prefer Buzzrock Tails over Buzzrock possibly with Magcargo? I think the Ninetales provides so much for the deck that I prefer it this way around. The benefit of the Magcargo build was you had early protection with Oranguru in addition to the Slugmas, so there is that. Also, Lego with a cheer as well for 100 bits. Thank you so much for your support, dude. Zoro/Tails/Othermon deck meta. That's pretty much what I'm thinking about playing for Harrogate. Weavile is really strong against Zoro. Oh, sorry, it is against Solgaleo Tails. Yeah, it is. It really is. Oh, is he Soulburst GXing? Yeah, he is. Do it. Get your things and your stuff going, kid. Zeraora is really good and expanded, possibly tier 1. Possible's a thing, man. Domfan's a thing. Groudon's a thing. So many things. Whoa, as if. As if you think I'm not killing this instantly. Hello? You are just... Look at this believer right here. You silly believer. Don't believe everything you hear, kid. I think attachment active is actually correct. No, it can't be, can it? 4-card hand. If we attach a Lycan, he can Gust KO. I attach a Rockruff, I don't have... Yeah, I think it is attach active. It's a stealthy attached to the active. Knowing full well that he's likely to Sunsteel Strike and just completely obliterate this guy. But our hand is 3 Beast Rings, a Buzzwole, and we have a potential Lycanroc follow-up. If he doesn't want to commit more to his board, that's going to be fine for us, probably. The Dingo Larvesta, I mean. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. Welcome. Regirock is a... Never mind. Regirock's busted, man. It's actually played in Groudon. Tails relies on being ridiculously hard to one-shot. That's true. Regirock's not a thing, so expanded regionals suggest to pop off at. Zoritails and Zoridesi Tails. Oh, please Lele for Elm. Please. Much better draw engine to mitigate that problem. Yeah, obviously that Lily. You don't want to see expanded just because of that stuff. How dare you? Who needs Beast Ring? Yeah, I've got 3 in my hand. What of it? Any other questions? Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, realistically, he can't kill anything, so... Should be fine. So undecided what's the best Tails deck partner. Buzzrock is quite strong with it. It is indeed. And that's as a brown only format. Wow. What the? Just had space. This is actually really good for us. It frees up our space for B string. Oh, so busted. Pro thinning strats. Oh, I don't know if our second Lycanroc's in deck. If our second Lycanroc's in deck, we just win. Let's go for it. I can't remember my prizes. I just looked in there as well. This is win. Yeah, okay. We got it. Got him. Give me him. Give me him to die. Playing a lot of Zora Tales, it's super fun, and I'm not a fan of basically auto loss against Zora control. Yeah, not to worry. Limitless don't have all the top 8 decks yet. No, they don't. We do have the CCG lovely top 68 graphic though. Cheers, Jack. So that's all Gucci. Let's have one more game and then we'll get into all the things and the stuffs. Lucamine Errata? Yeah. Maybe. We have the cards to beat it, right? Just Giraffe Rig, 1 Lucamine. Busted. Blacephalon and Lysander's Prism Star away. The Lucamine. We could play Mag Cargo GX and beat Zora Control. We have the technology, boys. Just think outside the box. Oh, look. Green deck. I think we lost. This is Buzz's auto loss, right? Uh-oh. We're in trouble here, boys. Attaches to the Ditto. No fear. Look at him. Ready to fight me. Good turn 1. Pretty good. In for Bulu Rantis. Price Diancie again. What a mess. That's just savage. It's a good start, but we can't really do anything. That's the problem. Can't really do anything against this deck. Bit of an issue. Just little bit. Go on then. Grace, Grace, Grace. Find one of these and another one of these. Do it. So good at this game. Ugh. Literally falling asleep playing against this deck. Why is the ladder just a concede fest? Why does every deck just have a strict auto loss right now? So gross. We'll talk about it in a minute. Aburbe, how's it going? How am I doing? I'm pretty tired today, but I'm alright. What are you even ultra bulling at this point? What are you doing? Got rid of a Sceptile. For no target. Just to Lily for more cards. Thinking face. To get the big slicing blade KO, apparently. You know you auto win me, right? Cool. You know what would be great right now? Lycia for Diancie. And Beast Energy. But it's prized. Woo! So, PTGO has shown us exactly how trash the ladder is right now. So let's get into some other stuff before I lose my mind. I need to move my screens over before I do the weird mistake of putting you in the matrix. So let's do this quickly. Throw this over here. That's there. Okay, we're here with the top 68 decks at Roanoke. How many people were at Roanoke? 664 masters made it. And we're going to be looking at this first of all, then we'll look at the top 8 list themselves, and we'll go into spreadsheet time afterwards. Here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, so the 28% of the top 68. Oh, Mad Captain with the sub. Poggers. Yes. Twitch party time. Alrighty. So, Clown Town, 28% of the field. Obviously, a very strong deck. A lot of people incorporating E-Switch now. Lets you go all in a lot more with the deck, actually. Not just a very good card for dealing with Zoroark. It lets you remove all energy from your Blacephalon and be punished a lot less. Because you know you have the backup of E-Switch, which is really good. Oftentimes, the Blacephalon players also play Let Loose now for added disruption for the early turns. So overall, it's just very powerful beatdown deck. Biggest issues for this deck, things like Granbull, Lost March, and Zoro Decidueye, Ninetales, and other Ninetales builds. Basically, the reason why Ninetales is so awkward for Blacephalon is if it plays if the player's going well and uses like counter gains and stuff, they can quite easily set up knockouts with like Gardevoir sets up one knockout, then another knockout, and then it takes 4 prizes in one turn with your Ninetales, jumping over Beast Ring altogether. So those are the main sort of checks to Blacephalon right now. I don't think it's going to continue to be this dominant. I think it's a fine play for Harrogate. Obviously, not too concerned about Mill overall. It doesn't appreciate it much, but I think the deck is just simple and solid. E-Switch helps the deck so much, to be honest. Jumping over Beast Rings and using non-GX decks is going to be the main way to beat this, I would say. Have I been playing Let's Go? No, I haven't. Where can I find this graph? On CCG Facebook page, right here. Right there. Oh, my own face is covering it. But yes, Complexity Card Gaming. I would move the cup, but I don't want to move the cup. Then we have Zoro Decidueye. I don't know if these are just Zoro Deci with Ninetales or just the heavy ball Lily engine that we saw in top 8 of LATAM. But overall, I think it's what I played at a cup. I think Zoro Deci is pretty solid. Decidueye can always just set up nice maths for you. I would specifically like the list with the Ninetales, provides good backup attackers in the Water Ninetales and the Fairy Ninetales, both very valuable. Decidueye just really good for pinging, as we know, and there's not much check to Decidueye right now outside of things like Weavile, so I think it's really solid. It also provides a green attacker to deal with Lycanroc, which is always something you need to be aware of when you're playing Zoro. Gardevoir Ninetales Swampert is an archetype that's definitely coming on in leaps and bounds after we saw Robin make top 16 at Internats with it. Feels like a few other top players piloted it, most notably it won the tournament with Jimmy Pendarvis. It's very solid as well. It can quite easily get around Beast Rings by doing this whole Secret Spring plan with Guardy doing like 150 to one, 120 to another, then your Ninetales comes in and does the 70-30 and finishes them both at the same time. Swampert, an additional nice attacker in that matchup. You have Sublimation GX to close the game. Gardevoir is very good against the Zoro decks, I think. If it's Zoro Lock, you have Twilight to get back some key important pieces to push you over the line. And if you're up against other Zoroark variants, they're really easy to knock out when you can draw as many cards as you can now with the Swampert. It gets you into things like Super Boost, gets you into things like Energy Retrieval, and you can just ramp on them quite easily and win. So I think Guardy is pretty strong right now. Worst matchups, Solgaleo stuff, I would say. Still doesn't super appreciate Malamar variants. And don't know what else is super problematic. I would say those two, really. I think in general, something to be said for the Gardevoir Ninetales is that you are really weak to Let Loose, and you can simply lose if you get Let Loosed into bad stuff. So do bear that in mind. I think that's the only real thing that I'm... the only real concern about piloting that deck is really that. Buzzrock Tails still doing very reasonably well. I think it's, again, a deck that is just aggressive and reasonable in the format. I think it does suffer with the amount of Blacephalon doing so well. Decks are naturally trying to jump over Beast Ring, and that's, again, a crucial part of the Buzzrock Tails deck. I think early Lucia pressure really does help at dealing with lower hit point things. Also, Kukui Diancie plays, does keep this deck pushing on. So I think high counts of those really important. Obviously, still is a Grinch against most Zoroark players. Zoro Deci Tails can win, but it's never comfortable. Most Zoro decks don't want to face it, to be honest, even if they are playing Ninetales or other stuff. A lot of the builds like Zoro Rock, Zoro Tails Weavile, none of these decks have like a chance against the Buzzwole players, so I would say this is still trying to target Zoroark more than anything else. Its main concerns, it doesn't like the Blacephalon matchup particularly, still haven't figured out a way to make that close. Doesn't particularly enjoy things like Gramble or Lost March either, even with the mild amount of spreads it can have. I think it's better against these decks than Blacephalon, but it seems like the way to target Blacephalon is the same way you target Buzzrock, and that's kind of a concern overall. Gramble made a cheeky 6%. I think there are concerns that, Gardevoir's popping up. Solgaleo decks are going to pop up in response to Gardevoir. These are big concerns for the Gramble player. Also, Zorolock is an awful matchup, but as we saw, Zorolock kind of didn't do well at all this tournament, seeing as though Blacephalon now plays E-switches. So that does open the door for Gramble to still be the check to Blacephalon and Buzz. So I don't think the deck's bad at all. I think because you can just guarantee your cards, the deck is still fine at trading. So I think Gramble's solid, to be honest. Doesn't want to see Shuckle stuff. Doesn't want to see some of these annoying, things that would just stay out of range because of stupid dumbbells on Steelixes and stuff like that. So that's a concern for the Gramble players. All these mill archetypes you will just lose to. You have no hand disruption for Unknown Hand. So that's really rough. I would say that's the biggest concern for this deck. I mean, you don't like seeing an increase in Decidueye in the format either, but I think you still can get over the Zoro decks, especially because the Zoro Decidueye build specifically only plays, or only really has space for one Stadium or one Blower, so Shrine can do the work in that matchup. So I think Gramble's actually in a fine spot, to be honest. Regigigas Unknown Hand. So I've actually not seen all the 60 cards of all of these decks. I saw one or two of them on Facebook. I'll lump in the Steelix Warlord because it's got a real similar win condition, right? Well, the win condition is literally the same, but the strategy is literally the same as well. Trying to just throw annoying things into the active that can't die, that they can loop with Lusamine so that they don't lose hand cards whilst they just accumulate their hand. Oftentimes using Steven's Resolve to get important pieces that you can actually play, but also a lot of the cards that you do play are recyclable in one way or another to help you grow your hand size to just win the game all at once. Really boring, really horrible. I hate seeing this deck, to be honest. Ways to beat it. Obviously hand disruption. If you play one or two copies in Zoroark decks of Judge and Palpad, and Resource Management Oranguru, you can never lose to the deck and probably never win either. You can just get ties from them. I don't know enough about this deck, honestly, to give you confidence of how to beat it outside of stalling their win condition. But you need to be plugging away damage-wise, right, to win. Muck does also win the Unknown Hand portion, but you still can get decked out with this deck quite easily. So the Unknown Hand is obviously the glamorous way for them to win, but they can win just by being a mill deck anyway. So that's the concern, I think. Lost March is a very good matchup against both these decks, notably. It plays Marshadow and can ramp to ridiculous damage. So that's good to know. Also, some Rayquaza decks maybe sneaking back in just for these decks because their damage output is unreal. Vikaray and Rayquaza Naganadel. Also, that's a good notable thing about Ultramally. It can ramp into ridiculous numbers, right? So just playing attackers that have more infinite damage output is going to be the way to beat this, right? So there you go. Lost March, 5%. Definitely a surprise after seeing it do literally nothing in Latin America. Obviously doesn't want to face Decidueye. Obviously Malamar, way less popular than anticipated. And that's a really good thing for Lost March. Lost March does not want to see Mally whatsoever. Also worried about things like Coco Simeon. That's not turned up. So with only really Decidueye as your bad matchup on paper, I think this deck can be really good. And I think it's actually a white knight in the format, just one of the only decks that can slay these stupid Unknown Hand players. So that's also very cool. Cheers, Lost March, for keeping these stupid decks in check. Zororock, really underperforming. It's finally started to take the backseat as more decks can develop just as easily as Zororock. but with more longevity. Obviously, Zoro Rock is still good against other Zoro mirrors. So that's one thing sort of keeping it alive. You are really bad against Mill. You're awkward against Gramble because you don't have as much space for heal. The Good Flying Bird, thank you so much for the 4-month resub. Cheers. Enjoy the continued use of the little Gym Jam. So yeah, the Zoro Rock, you know, if you're still expecting lots of Zoroark, and Europe loves their Zoro, so it's never like the worst play, but it feels like people are building better boards than Zoroark. Gramble's an issue. Guardy's a big issue as well. So definitely problems here. Definitely not as safe as it used to be. Psychic Mally and Ultra Mally. Ultra Mally, similar to the Lost March, can ramp and knock out these stupid mill decks, which is really cool. You can also use the GX attack of Ultra Necrozma to win things like Lost March, which is hilarious. You are slightly concerned about Guardy, and that's definitely going to be concerned going forward. You're again a Beast Ring reliant deck at times, obviously less so than Buzzwole and Blacephalon, but still reliant nonetheless, so that's something to be worried about. Psychic Mally, I think like a gas can is kind of awkward right now. I don't think you have many good matchups. Guardy's awkward with just the amount of hit points and healing. Decidueye builds are awkward. I think you're still best served as being a spread Mally, if any Mally. I think Ultra and Spread are probably my favourite two Mally lists, but there you go. The top 8 list did not play Beast Ring. That's actually really interesting. We'll look at those lists in a moment. Vicaray still hanging on in there with a couple placements in top 68. As I said, it can once again eat through these ridiculous attempting mill decks, which is just great news. It's really important for us to have these checks in the format to just laugh at them and just slay them, basically. So Vicaray could be a play in that regard. I think it's less consistent than the Buzz Rock Tails and the Blacephalon, but hey, it can still do reasonably. And again, this is a deck that does not want to see Guardy, so as much as I want the Ray to turn up, I don't think it necessarily will continue to do so because of the fear of Gardevoir. Quick note on Rayquaza Naganadel. That's a fun deck that I want to look into more. The other category is listed down here somewhere. What are we looking at? So this includes Magnezone Dialga, which I think sounds absolutely high roll and terrible, but is probably going to do quite well with the amount of Ninetales in the format. Naturally, Metal is becoming a more relevant type for us right now, which is definitely worth noting. So that's cool. The Devolve part I think is kind of meh. 2 Shuckle variants, so bring your Super Boosts out and be aware of things like Skull Grunts galore and all this boring stuff. Make sure you have enough to get over the line against Shuckle. And again, a lower Muck could be played in Zoroark decks anyway for Gramble, but also covers this aspect whilst also shutting off Hoopers. Naga Quag, you can prey on type coverage on Blacephalon and Buzzwole. And if you're a genius like me, you'll also be playing Onyx in your Naga Quag list. Yes, I've built a list. And you can do okay against Zoroark as well, which is okay is maybe like overstating it. You have ways to beat Zoroark. Fun deck though, definitely fun. And is hilarious against all the mill stuff because you basically just can't get milled. You can always be retreating or attacking with your guys because your active will never get stuck because you can just charging up, then wash out to the active, then retreat, and charge up, and wash out to your new thing. So that's hilarious, again, against the mill decks. And I think the awkward factor is you don't have enough stopping power against the things that you're not hitting for weakness. So the Guardies of the world. You're probably slower than just Gramble, probably slower than Lost March. I think that's going to keep Naga Quag in check. So it's not busted, but it's okay. Mally Spread was actually in the top 68 under the other pile. Zoro Banette, I think, is very weak. Buzzwole isn't as relevant as other typings and stuff that you need to cover yourself for. and against. And there's also a Zorin Malamar that somehow made it. Don't know what that deck's all about. I don't want to talk about it too much because I will just be spouting nonsense if I don't know what it's all about. So, thank you to CCG, and specifically Jack, for making that post. But let's move on to Limitless, who have the top 8 with deck lists. Jimmy was able to win, once again, with this Guardian Ninetales Swampert deck. Also playing the 1/0/1 line of Solgaleo, protecting you against some of the metal stuff, whilst also being decent in a mirror match. And Turbo Striking back energies protects you quite a lot against the mill. So, really safe deck. You pretty much can't deck out with this 1/0/1 line, so it is pretty relevant if you're expecting lots of mill, which is unfortunately the case in the format right now. So this Guardi deck can definitely overcome it. The Solgaleo also helps you out against spread variants. So really, really versatile, useful tech line in here. Not too much else to say about Jimmy's list, other than the fact that he plays Energy Lotto. This is like the 60th card that I'm really not happy with. I would prefer this to be an extra supporter card, or extra timer ball, or an extra Lele, or even an energy retrieval. I know you do play the Solgaleo, so you don't necessarily need energy retrieval, but the Lotto feels like the card that's out of place here. I know it's Ninetales searchable, so it's like a one-of in those rough spots, but I'd rather this be a more consistent card for me, personally. But that's really about it. And yeah, this is like a solid 60 that I know people will just be taking for Harrogate. And it isn't necessarily public enemy #1, but it will be played for sure. And it feels safe, you know, it feels pretty safe outside of just like losing to Let Loose. Tran was able to come second with Blacephalon. He played the 1/1 Aloha Muck, which I'm sure helped him out a lot against Gramble and against Shuckle and against Unknown Hand. So what a value 1/1 line he has in his list. Ultimate value. I think going forward, this is probably a really good tech because of the things that I just stated. Also protects you against getting let loose yourself. So yeah, there's a lot of value in this guy. A lot of value. His supporter line is interesting. A split of Lily Sophocles and Sightseer. Playing the 2 E-switch like a real boss. 17 energy. I think really the biggest takeaway is just this Aloha Muck being snuck in. I think it was a great meta shout and will continue to be a necessary meta shout going forward. Also kills your opponent's Ditto. That's true. That's true indeed. So, definitely very good. And in the worst case, it's an extra Poipole for early game. The biggest thing for me is this support account. It's almost like he doesn't know what his favorite supporter is. So having like 2 Lily, 2 Sophocles, 1 Sightseer is kind of interesting. Obviously, you have 4 Treasure in the list and 4 Ultra Ball, so you can search out the right one. Turn 1 with Lele, i.e. the Lily is the best turn 1. And the rest can all sort of be blended together. So, I don't know. I'm still seeing work being done with the support accounts, and I think that'll be the biggest thing that we could that we can take from this list. Stinger GX was how he won a number of games. That's pretty insane. I guess against decks that don't have enough OHKO, the Stinger can get you back into the game, but this did surprise me. I don't necessarily like this card, to be honest, in the deck. I think it's a little bit cute. Stinger GX winning games. That's pretty crazy. Shuffle the present and draw 3. The weird thing is, right, they have the it turns on B string versus mill. Ah, I see, okay. So it's all about the mill. But how do you get enough energy onto this without B string anyway? You need to do some charging up E-switch shenanigans anyway against the mill, right? Man, that's pretty creative, though, for beating mill. Wild. Absolutely wild. Thinking outside the box. Busted. Okay, play that if you want to. I wouldn't, but play it if you want to. Some Zoro Desi Tails. Let me look at these lists. I've been playing this deck quite a bit since LATAM, so I'm opinionated on the archetype.
No water tails. Ugh, playing Mad Cargo. Stop. Larvitar. Okay. Interesting supporter line. Only one Acerola and no max potion. Holy. How do you beat Zoro Mirrors? That's super weird. Needs more heals, man. Um Also no Mallow. I know he's playing the Mad Cargo, but honestly, right off GX. You don't have board space a lot of the time. I'd rather just play one Mallow, because you actually always get Mallow up, and you'll not always get Mad Cargo up. Like, in most games, you won't get the Mad Cargo up. The Larvitar beats the Zoro Mirrors. I guess that's kind of true. Pow Pow, second strike. More aggressive. 3 Candy, 2 Timer, 2 Counter Catcher. I like the Counter Catcher. It's a really busted one of in my 60 at the weekend, so I can see 2 copies being good. Just the 1 counter gain. I think this card is equally busted. Yeah, the lack of heal is interesting. It's not only like, yes, he can have more healing than Zoro Mirrors, but he's going to be bad against like the Guardi that can outmax potion you. So that's definitely something that I would like to see added. Stephen Hunter, also playing Zoro Desi Tails. Let's see what his build is like. He does play the Water Tails. I'm a fan of this guy. It's a really annoying card for some decks. And also gives you a lot more control in Zoro Mirrors over what basics they can put down onto the field. Very good against like Zoro Weavile builds, because you can threaten this guy in the active, and then you just need one Decidueye on the board to go Ice Blade and ping. That was really good in my finals match. This is actually playing a lower Muck, so it's going to have a very good Gramble matchup, and also isn't phased by Shuckle. So maybe every deck has to start playing Muck, which is just so sad. Man, surely Mill is worse for Harrogate, right? Because people just know to play Muck, right? Oh, gross. Okay. Cynthia Elm Guzma. This again plays the 1 Judge, 1 Acerola. I'm really surprised by this. Oh, at least it plays the Max Potion. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's fine. You're allowed to do that. I personally hate Judge in both these lists, by the way. I just play Mallow instead and actually get my setup going. And why this isn't 4 Elm, I'll just gouge my eyes out quickly. 1 Switch, 1 Blower. Again, just playing the 1 counter gain. Counter gain's busted. It's probably like my most flexible card in my 60, but I liked it being 2 just because I faced a lot of Buzzwole. 1 E-Hammer does really help out against Zoro Rocks to stop them getting stuff on you. Also can get rid of Beast Energies on Buzzwoles when they Lycia it out, so that's definitely something worth noting. Surely Mill is worse in the EU region. Oh no. Do I have a list for Desi Tails? I do. And this is playing the 9 energy as well. Playing just 2 fairy, 1 grass, as well as the 2 rainbow. Honestly, I feel like the 9 tails is the more integral attacker, so I don't mind just playing an extra 3rd fairy. That's where I'm at, really. But not a huge gripe there. Beckett played Psychic Mally. It was the Gas Can build with the Chimecho in there. Bell of Silence does... Oh my god, Bell of Silence is so busted in this format. It really is so integral. Can help you beat Gramble, Zoroark, Guardi, any 9 tails deck. All sorts. This is just busted. Bell of Silence, Mirror. Oh my god, its value. Such an insane card right now. The rest is relatively self-explanatory. It does play the Adventure Bag, Spice, and 2 copies of Choice Band, which can help you reach knockouts on some of the bigger Stage 2 GX Pokemon with your Prismatic Bursts, so that's definitely worth noting. Very, very cool. I like this build. I like this 60, actually. I think it's a very neat 60. I've not heard a lot. I've not seen Beckett's name around a lot, but this list is well ironed out and thought through, I feel. Don't think there's a card that I would like to change, to be honest. I really like this list. Yeah, this looks good. Very intelligent list, this one. I like this a lot. Nothing that I feel like it's missing either. Yeah, it feels really, really clean. I like it. Good job. Well worth the top 8 placement. Let's look at Charlie's Lost March, the hero of day 1. Playing all the important Pokemans. 3 Marshadows as well. Very focused on Let Loose, Double Oranguru, and Lele. I'm still on the edge about Lele. I know it's a game winner. I know it gets you out of crumbs sometimes, but it still is a lost condition that I'm getting my head around whether or not it's worth playing in Lost March. But he has gone for the safe approach, I guess. 3 OVs of all the supporter cards. From my testing, I've gone down to 2 Guzmas because I honestly feel like it's clutter when you're so focused on an Oranguru build. He is playing the Elm right now. I've set my stall out for no Elm, but if you're playing Lele, at least a couple Elm is probably fine. He's not playing any Timables. He's not playing any Nest Balls. He's not playing any Treasures. This is my saddest moment. The 3 Ultra Ball here. I found Ultra Ball to be so painful. I mean, maybe because he plays Elm, he has more like mid-game jank that he needs to remove of Ultra Ball. So maybe I'm only unhappy about it because the list I have has more insta-plays, which makes Ultra Ball more painful. And his list has more cards that you want to get rid of, which makes Ultra Ball actively stronger. But I really like playing Treasure if your main draw mechanic is Marshadow anyway, and it can still serve the function of getting Natu out for Lost Blender plays or for attacking purposes. So that's something to consider for sure. But 2 Stretcher as well is interesting. This could easily be an extra Pokemon or just an extra like Blender or something. Interesting that he says stall out to play 2. And 8 energy cards. Obviously Super Boost is important with Shuckle around right now. And I think the 8 count over the 7 count is safer with the amount of like energy removal cards people are playing. Dalton played Ultra Squids, bringing it back, playing 13 energy cards total. Wait. So you're telling me he played no B-String and a 4-3 Malamar line with only 1 Stretcher? Whoa, that's so greedy. Holy. Guys, tell me it's not true. Tell me this isn't the greediest list I've ever seen. That's pretty wild. So the Tina really helps your Ultra Necrozma math. That's really cute. I think that's a really cute addition. You go to 190 so easily now. So easily. But I am flabbergasted that there's not a 4th Malamar in here. Ask him yourself, he's been refining the list all year. Well, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of 3 Mali. The Lunala is also very good. I guess this is like your pseudo replacement. So there you go. 4 Lily, 3 Cynthia, 4 Cynthia, 3 Guzma, 1 Copycat is always interesting. Treasures, Ultra Balls, Acros, 3 copies of Switch, as well as 2 Alters. Again, interesting counts being played here. He's playing Alter and Dawn Wings for the invasion plays. Obviously not usable against Zoroark and is shut off by Mux. So that's something to bear in mind. So I guess you do require all of these switching cards in general. So definitely interesting list overall. 3 choice band as well. Wow. Lots of damage ramp. With running so much search, he can get away with running 4-3. I mean, why not just cut a band for a 4th Malamar and just be so much safer against prizing? And like Zoroark knocking 1 out. I think he may have benefited greatly that people didn't know that he didn't play B-String. Because if you know the list doesn't play B-String and you target like Malamar into Malamar, you just always win. Really interesting. But at the same time, we do have to note that the Tina... Okay, so Tina really improves your math for doing Blacephalon... 190 hit point basic KOs. And Sky Scorching Light is also very good against Lost March, especially if Giratina can hit Marshadows and Jump Luffs for 70. Sorry, yeah, it puts one on each, and then you can Sky Scorching Light to do the 70 like spread. That's pretty hype, to be honest. I like it. This deck does carry a lot of potency for a lot of matchups right now. We do have to be concerned about Guardy. But at the same time, we can knock out Guardies and they're having to get multiple stage 2s out and stuff. But multiple stage 2s isn't as much as a problem as it used to be because of Ninetales. And they have Swampert that can super boost Choice Band. Yeah, probably one of your more awkward matchups for sure. Pretty interesting though. And then we see another Blacephalon to round out the top 8. So, yeah, really interesting. Let's jump into some chatter about the meta and where we think it's at. So, this is what I had for Brazil. Let me... Actually, I'll just move this over, right? Where am I going? Where am I going with this plan? Let me move this over a tad bit. Is that going to work? That can work. We can work with that. Right. So, let's just have a quick little... Oh, God. I had it perfect and then I just messed up. Okay. Let's think about what decks are currently in the format, because the format is so wide right now that I feel like there's lots of stuff that's viable. I've just got them into these columns just for the sake of simplicity. So yeah, Zoro builds, Zoro lock, probably on... I'm going to do a quick little like traffic light of like what's sort of relevant and what's not relevant. So I'm going to say Zoro Rock and Lock are kind of in a bad spot. We'll definitely see some Zoro Desi. Zoro Solgaleo I think is pretty okay. Zoro Bennett I think is actively poor right now. Zoro Weavile I think is pretty good, but has no game against has no game against Buzzwole decks. Zoro Buzzrock I think is... Let me think about this. Zoro Buzzrock presents more threats than the regular Zoro Rock, and more early pressure as well. So I think it's better than regular Zoro Rock. What I mean by Zoro Buzzrock is it'll play Buzz GX's Beast, like 2 B String and like 1 Baby Buzz, Diancie and Beast Energy. I think that's something that we can say is pretty okay. Let's put it in a light green. And Zoro Tails, what I mean by Zoro Tails is like just Ninetales, not anything else. Zoro Glace, yeah, okay, we can get that in there. I definitely need to blow my nose quickly as well. Let me grab this quickly and mute my mic. Okay. When really I think Zoro Tails is more of just a part. I don't think anyone's going to play a straight Zoro Tails, so I'll probably just take this out. But you can assume that Ninetales will be in, like, this one, and this one, and this one a lot of the time, so... Zoro Glace... Zoro Garb still exists? Does it still exist? What's it good against? Not much. I would say non-existent. Zoro Glace. Okay, so Zoro Glace is trying to prey on the amount of decks that rely on Ninetales and Zoroark. You are slightly concerned about the increase of metal stuff for Gardevoir. You're not great against the mill decks. You can jump over B string, and you hit for weakness on Blacephalon. I think it's okay. Let's give it an okay. Shall we? Shrine stuff. Buzzgarb. Well, you still can hit for weakness on Buzz and Zorro. But are they the two main contenders these days? I don't think so. It's probably, like, these are probably one deck altogether though, right? And Weavile Shrine is so strong right now. So let's put that in, I'm just gonna go Buzz, Weavile, Garb, Shrine, all the, you know, that whole thing. Granbull, I think, is in not the worst spot. I think the only concern for Granbull, really, Guardy, Solgaleo decks, and Mill decks. So I'll say it's only okay. Pablo with the big host of 72 viewers. That's incredible, Pablo. Thank you so much for the help. And support, as always. Persimmon, Coco. Now, this can prey on the increase of Lost March coming out. Really can't do much against the Mill stuff. Mill is the big sort of question mark. Can't do well against Shuckle, obviously. Can probably get beaten by the Decidueye builds. Yeah, I think Persimmon's only in an average spot. Paul as well, thank you so much for the host. So I'm going to put this in a pretty bad space. Alone Eggs just hasn't turned up to the party yet. Is it ever going to turn up to the party? I don't know. Doesn't feel like in a good space either. It's not good against the Mill decks again. If more people are putting in Girafarig to beat Lucamine Loop, they auto-win eggs as well. So that's a meme, and let's make this bad now. Mali Shrine, I think, is fine. These colors, maybe you should make a key. Well, it's a traffic light thing, right? So you want the greens are the good things, the yellows and oranges. I'm colorblind, remember? The yellows and oranges are like okay, and the red is like just ignore. Mali Shrine, I think, is absolutely fine. You have acceleration against the Mill stuff. You have spread against the non-GX stuff. Figuring out Zoroark's a problem, but that's about it. Latios Coco Survivor, I think, is going to be in the same category as Persimmon. Kind of just like, let's not go there. Or whatever. Naga Quag. Auto-winning Mill. Very good Blacephalon. Pretty good Buzzwole as well. Oh my goodness, is this a green? Is this deck a green? Am I giving this deck the green light? What's pink? Pink is me being colorblind. Naga Quag. What a deck. Where's the greenest of greens? Okay. Vikare, obviously concerned about the rise of Gardevoir, but can still do well against... I mean, it's not even that good against the Zoro decks. They all play Ninetales now as well. I think I'm going to put it in this color simply for answering these silly decks over here. And still for being a one-hit KO deck. I think it's kind of weak source though. Nah. You'll just get outrun by the other better one-hit KO decks. Same can be said for Bulu. Kiawe, same category as well. Blacephalon, we have to put on green just because of his own power level. Like, yes, it's a good deck. I should probably just be using the same color for things, right? That would help immensely. I've kind of just been picking at shades based on how I... Let's just actually get some formality going on here, shall we? I've picked some horrible colors. Apologies. So, green is good. Red is bad. Orange is Yeah, happy days. Let's get some uniform going on. Zorora Coco. Okay. Can't beat Buzz. Is that enough of a reason just to say no straight off the bat? This hurts my non-colorblind eyes. Oh wait, there's an orange Gramble over here. Why is Gramble on a color of its own? Yeah, that's me just being dumb. Zeraora, I think it's in a bad spot. I think it fits in the same as like the Vika stuff. Probably just outrun by the other Ohikyo decks. Lapras Quag. Oh yes. Is it better than Naga Quag? Well, you're not quite as infinite against the mill decks, but you still... I mean, you don't reach high enough against the mill decks, right? That's the biggest problem. Naga Quag is like... It'll never lose its damage output and it'll keep on attacking every turn. Lapras Quag isn't quite as infinite, so I think it's actually worse than Naga Quag right now. A good Blacephalon, sure, but who... Like, you can play other decks that have a better Blacephalon. So, unfortunately, Lapras Quag has to live here. Buzz, Rock, and Buzz Tails. I'm just going to put these into one deck, similar to the Buzzgarb Shrine stuff. Because I think they all belong in a deck. As much as I like Buzz Tails with just... you know what? Okay. It's never just Buzz Rock on its own, but sometimes it's Buzz Tails on its own, right? Okay, let's try and figure out this argument right now. Why is the Ninetales better than just the Magcargo? Or just like it on its own? Because you're guaranteeing B-strings. You can play like one-of switch, multi-switch cards that actually work for you. You can pull out EXP share. Magcargo, yeah, it doesn't provide enough. So it's always just these two, right? Ninetales is also a good attacker at continuing your spread. So it's one of these two, right? I always like the Lycanroc for extra gusting. Pokemon Hero, thank you so much for the host as well, for one viewer. Cheers, my dude. Do you want to find... Where do we find a list for Naga Quag? I'll do one after this spreadsheet, I guess. Janio Links, thank you so much. So yeah, Buzzrock Tails and regular Buzz Tails. I think they're okay decks, right? Biggest concern is Blacephalon's a hard matchup. Also, you don't want to face Mill. Like, what are you actually trying to face as Buzzrock right now? Is it just Zoroark? Is that like the only deck you want to face? You also come into problems with the same decks that... Like, the same decks that are trying to jump over B-String and the same people trying to meme on you with Sceptile. Like, I think Buzz is actually in a mediocre spot right now. It's... Sorry to do this, Buzz, but I think you're in orange land. Lost March, good against Blacephalon, good against Mill. Can win most Zoro decks that aren't spread and whatnot, so I think that's in a good space. Definitely something we can look out for. Ultraman can beat the Lost March, it can beat Mill, it can beat Zoroark if you play for Malamars. Can obviously beat Buzz. Yeah, I think this is in a reasonable spot. That's me with my optimistic goggles on, because we've all tried Ultramally before and it was clunky as all hell and never worked. So on paper it can do lots of good stuff. Is it still just in the same land of like the Vikas where it's just not consistent enough to keep up with decks? Possibly, probably, but on paper its matchups look really good right now. This traffic light system is... I'm kind of putting it between, like, are your matchups good and is the deck good in general? So, yeah. Buzzrock Tails is good versus Blacephalon. Why is that the case? I believe it's relatively 50-50. Definitely below 50-50 if Blacephalon plays choice bands for its Naganadels. Ultramanly has a really hard time against Zoro Tails. Yeah, I guess the Ninetales with the GX attack is a problem. Yeah, you know what? I can't in good conscience put this here. We'll have to put it in orange. Again, I'm forgetting about how important Guardi is as well. Optimistic goggles are like drunk goggles. Nagare. I don't even know why I wrote this down. Sceptile. Now, Sceptile's an interesting one. Good Blacephalon. Good Buzz. Winnable Zoroark? Question mark. Because all the mill means most Zoros will have to play Oranguru to even have a chance to beat them. So you're probably going to get out-resourced by Zoroark players that play Oranguru. Unless you can be aggressive enough to beat them down, which I don't think you can be. You don't have enough one-hit KO potential. You can play your own Lurantis GX and a Ditto to do well against mill decks. So, I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Can't you out-pressure Guru? I mean, I guess the average Zoro deck can still lose to Sceptile if they play enough heals. But it's if they're also playing hammers and disruption cards. So if they're playing hammers and disruption cards, you're limited to Mat Cut, and then they can Oranguru cycle you. If it's just a regular Zoro throwing in a monkey, maybe you can win, but it's going to be hard because it's going to be an Acerola versus Max Potion War. So you probably need to play like the full 4 max pots to try and beat a Zoro, because they're already playing Acerola max pot Palpad, like minimum. I think the Zoroark will be something that potentially lets down Sceptile, but I think just for having answers for Mill, answers for Blacephalon, answers for Buzz means it's pretty good. And good against spread decks as well. Yeah, pretty good deck in terms of matchups. Doesn't want to face like Lost March or many Zoroark decks, in my opinion. Okay. Desi Tails. This is more of a Zoro Desi Tails, but if it's going to be the Swampert, I think people have pretty much gone away from the Swampert build in favor of a Zoro build. What's the benefits of playing a Swamp build over a Zoro build? There aren't many benefits, right? No. So we'll just say the power level of this deck is not good enough compared to a Zoro Desi Tails. Metagross is written down on this piece of paper for some reason. See you later. In all honesty, it can do okay against Mill, right? Yeah, Super Boost is the reason to play Desi Tails with Swampert. Magnezone. Oh, Guardia's back. That's true. Okay. Okay, let's go orange. How's that? Can't believe Lost Boys is a green. To any mill playing Shuckle, they just have to Skull Grunt or E-Hammer the Super Boost. But at the same time, Lost March is playing lots of Let Loose, and that can also equally just help you insta-win against the mill decks, from my experience. Bong. Oftentimes they're like, cool, Steven's Resolve, you're like, Let Loose. They're like, oh, I lost. That's honestly what can happen a lot of the time in that matchup. So yeah, Metagross, an answer to Guardi, sure. Good against all the Ninetales in general for hitting for weakness, so maybe it's okay. It's reasonable against the mill decks. Like, reasonable. I guess it's reasonable. Magnezone. Is it the high roller version of Metagross? Probably. Can you play a Ninetales build? Sure. Power level weak, right? I feel like this is just weaker than Metagross. Swampert Empoleon. Good Blacephalon. Bad Mill. Pretty awkward against a lot of things. Just less consistent than some of these other Stage 2 decks now that they're out. I'll put it in orange. Guardy Tails. Really good against Mill. Good against Zoroark. Good against Blacephalon. Good against Buzz. Just don't get lost. Let loose into nothing. And be aware that lots of people are going to try playing metal stuff. Which Metagross? Baby or GX? Definitely the GX. And yes, the Promo Solgaleo probably has to be mandatory in the Metagross. And yes, I'm thinking of a Ninetales build that you will beacon and get rare candies out with. And your max potions at the right times. We can try and build a Metagross. Solgaleo Swampert. It's the high roller build of Gardevoir. I personally think it's kind of weak after testing it a bit. You do have some pretty PogChamp turns though. And realistically, your Blacephalon is fine. Your Buzzwole is fine. It's just a high roller version of Guardy, I think. So it can't be that bad, especially because its Guardy's going to be good, right? Even if they get the Solgaleo promo out, you can still one-bang that with your other Solgaleo, and they can never really one-bang you because you're getting your energies off the board. So I think that's going to be good. I think that's a solid play. It's like a less consistent Gardevoir, but it's got a good Gardevoir, and it has similar energy acceleration against the Mill decks, and it's good against like the Grambles and okay against the Lost March stuff. I think it's fine. I think it's a good deck. Nagaquag, first place. The Mill stuff. Now, I don't really know enough about these lists. I might have to do a little Facebook troll to have a look at these lists all over again, but I think these three... what am I trying to do? These three here, they all suffer from Muck, Let Loose, Judge, lots of energy recycling cards. They don't really want Guardy in the format. They don't really want Solgaleo in the format, which will naturally come as Gardevoir comes around. So I think they're in a lot worse. Like, they kind of crept up on people on Roanoke, right? And I think they will be a lot worse because people are just aware of them for Harrogate. And if there's one thing I know, people hate losing to Mill. Me especially. I hate losing to Mill. So if there's ever a deck that I will tech against, it will be Mill. So, yeah. Boo Mill. Die. Go home. Avian Spud, thank you so much for the follow, dude. 300 HP basics incoming. Yeah, that's true. Naganadel GX. Oh yeah, it doesn't want to fit. It doesn't want to see Naga GX either. EU, the land of Mill. Yes, it has been before. And it might be again. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what our main contenders are. What we're looking at. Buzzcarb Shrine. Scary deck. Depends what our... It's weird. I've put a lot of these in like bad placements just because they can't beat Mill, but I actually think Mill's a hideous play for Harrogate. It's just people will, which just... why did you drive for 3 hours to play Mill for 8 hours? Why? Whatever. So these are the sort of good decks we're looking at. How many we're looking at? 12? 12 are the best decks. Mill doesn't like Naga. Naga Stacker the answer. Glisipod for that Werelord. Mill is terrible for cups. Oh yes. So I guess we do still have to... Oh man, putting Buzz in orange always feels weird. It's on such a high power level as a deck. But I think definitely the decks you want to be trying to beat are going to be these, right? These are the decks we definitely want to have in mind when we're looking at wanting to win Harrogate. I think even though Lost March isn't going to be... like, isn't the best deck at all, or close to the best deck, I think it'll be played a good amount. I think these are decks... these are the sort of, like, big four that I'm trying to beat. Zoro Buzzrock is something I want to look into more. That really stands out to me as an interesting option. Because it can actually do the thing of jumping over B-String, just like the Zoro Ninetales decks can. You can do Zoro 150, Zoro 150, Buzz 30-30, which is cool against Persephone. And you've got good other Zoro matchups. Your Gardevoir's probably still weak, but the Buzzwell does put good early pressure on. Lost March will be hard. That stands out to me as an interesting thing. How's Zoro Buzzrock green and regular Buzzrock stuff orange? Because the Zoro Buzzrock stuff has the Zoro part. Oh, yes. The Zoro part's busted. Regular Buzzrock is probably a better deck than Zoro Buzzrock. Why did I put this one green again? I can't remember. Pretty good, though. Sounds good in my head. What do I think about the Ultra Necrozma that came 6th? I've already talked about it quite a bit. I liked a lot of aspects of the deck. Not playing 4 Malamar hurt my soul a little bit, though. Did I forget Mali? Yeah, I mean, Mali's this weird one, right? People just don't like playing Mali, I think. Although it's one of the strongest decks, it will never be represented highly. I know I got top 8. Oh, it's just because I put Mali Shrine and not like Gascan. Let's put Gascan in this sort of mix as well, I guess. Gascan is still like fine, I think. Because Mali's Brainness is not fun. That's true. Zoroark definitely green. Tell me why Zoroark should be green. Nagaquag, boys. That's all I'm saying. I need to... Man, this format's so weird. I need to have a look at this again at some point, but I'm not going to look at it anymore today. It's hurting my head. Too many decks. Let's play some PTCGO. Let's build Nagaquag. Oh dear. And when I say let's build, I mean I've already built it. Let's play it. Would have 100% made day 2 at Solgaleo Swampert if you played Delmise or a Stadium. Interesting, interesting. I can see that. I took it to the Cup the same weekend the tournament was going on. I was like, yeah, that sounds like the play. 3 Shrine decks. That's gross. You want to see Metagross? We could build a Metagross Ninetales as well. Why is Metagross Tails better than Solgaleo Tails? Probably not, right? That's the thing. Where's my Nagaquag? Oh, yes. You ready? You ready for the Onyx Spice, boys? Oh, yes. Here we go. Onyx. Coming in with that Onyx. In before Joe owns 300 quags IRL. Hey man, I've already made bank off the quags from my cup. It's fine. I've already made bank. I don't need to milk this anymore. Oh, look how busted it is though. Alright, let's go play some games and smack people about with these boys. Where's White Kieran? What? That's not a deck. I mean, it probably is a deck that I should have mentioned. I think it's weak though. White Kieran is just worse than Gramble, I would say. Worse against the mill decks. And worse in general? Probably. What's the Solgaleo Swampert deck? I can show that off as well. Janastasi, how's it going, man? Think about the streams if we get to delve into Joe's brain. Oh, yes. You played Baby Alone in Tails to beat Blacephalon. You got to jump B-string to beat Blacephalon. I guess if you don't play the Baby Alone in Tails. That's the way I was doing it. It does require you to pretty much hit DC on turn 2 though, which is hard. Oh. We hit a good matchup for Naga Quag. See you later, sunshine. Thanks for playing. You melon. Prepare yourself. Oh man, what a day. What a lovely, lovely day. Oh dear. Hum-tee-tum-tee-tum. We can take our time and win this game at our own sweet pace. Ah, we got him. We got him, boys. GG. Oh, nice howl, bro. Pass? Sure. Yeah, good play. Good talk. And good game. There's my Naganadel. Extend the hand. Oh, you're still here. That's weird. Okay. I guess we'll keep playing then. That's right. He's coming for you. Don't think he isn't. Three, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, he's GX'd it. Busted. Good thing we got this Ditto in the back. He 100% is the unknown hand deck, right? Maybe I've been too nonchalant here. Maybe we actually need to get our Quagsire going quicker than I thought. Quick. Get him going. Don't know really why I retreated into that Hooper. That was pretty dumb, huh? I was like, yeah, he's not going to take prizes. In before Rap GX. There's Quagums. Here he comes. You don't want to thin the deck, right? Should stop being less so excited because we actually can't interact with this hand at all with this deck. Busted. Prepare yourself for a turning point in the game, Sunshine. This at least makes him play cards. Smack. If Joe loses to this and gets triggered, we're making him play cards. There we go. Play a card. Sylveon comes out. He's going to rebench a Shuckle. Is he worried about one-hit KOs? Should be. We're bloody Quagsire, for goodness sake. We're representing 150 on board. He's at 14. Can he just go like Magical Ribbon for like Whitney, 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 and then like Ultra Ball away 2 Whitneys and use 1 more Whitney and then just win? If he can, please make that happen. It would make me happy if you ribbon for 3 Whitneys. I mean, I'll never know, but we'll all know. Quagums looks so adorable. He does, but we're in bad shape, man. $17 in hand. Howl for 2 more cards. Okay. Max Potion. Make him play cards. Fantastic. Make him play an energy card. Make him bench stuff. Crushing Hammer, lol. Why would you... Wait, why would you play Crushing Hammer? What? That's so weird. He just binned a card. Maybe we can win, boys, if he's going to play his Crushing Hammers. Why would he play that? Doesn't make... It has 0 impact. Makes me click more clicks. I'm ready for the Whitney Lethal. Just show me the Whitney Lethal, please. Come on, energy cards, energy cards, energy cards, energy cards. That's what we're after. All those good old energy cards that we play. There we go. Boom. Time for some die insects. Die insect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Oh, I'll count after he's finished playing more irrelevant cards. Oh, that's cute. He's at 18 in hand. 18, 19, 20, 21 with ribbon. Does Quack look like the face of mercy? Counter catcher. Oh, busted. Retreat, charge, charge, patch, dead. I shouldn't actually have used the patch last turn because I forgot that he's going to keep counter-capturing this, right? But as soon as we find an extra energy card from our deck, it never matters anyway, so... come on, bro. Making me do all this work. I bet he's like, why the hell am I up against Nagaquag? Because we've done a spreadsheet, know the matchups, and this is the perfect answer. That's why. He's not seen our workings. That's the thing. You know? He's not seen our workings, guys, so we can't blame him for that. This guy 100% does not have a spreadsheet. 100%. We all know that he doesn't have a spreadsheet. And that's why I'm playing this deck at Harrogate. We've done it, boys. Spreadsheet hype. Bring on all the mill. I'll take all the mill in the world. That's 1-0 for Nagaquag. Does this run anything other than Nagaquag? Volk Prism and Onyx. What else do you need? Busted. Just hit for the right typing and win. Easy clap. Oh, hey, look. Weak to Psychic. Busted. We have Stretcher in hand. This can reduce our hand size for the Lily. This is really good against killing multiple Pursuing as well. Busted card, this Volk. We just have all the busted cards, you know? All the busted cards in one deck. They've come down for a party. I'm going to keep the Stretcher to guarantee a Naga for next turn. I think it's important. Do I want to attach here? If I attach here and it gets knocked out, I've lost an attachment. But if I whiff an attachment, I can't charge. I can't retreat charging up. I can't yeah. Oh, I can just Quag and do it anyway. Okay. Quag makes it all okay. Thanks, Quag. You're my boy. Rainbows and Buzz. We can, but our synergy is so powerful with charging up an Aqua Patch. Choice Band, you have no power here. Oh my god, we tanked. Oh my god, we hit a Naga. Simeon can one-shot Quagums, that's a bit of a concern, but because we're attacking with an army of Nagas, we don't need to Quag that much, so this is actually fine. We can just have a Nag army. Don't whiff energy. Cheers. We definitely did not whiff energy. Busted deck. Thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank my mum, my dad, and Quag for bringing this deck together. Rope. Oh, you're going to try and flying flip me, huh? I'm going to flying flip you. See how you like it. I'm going to sauna flip you. How many energy do I play? I think it's 12. I can't remember. We just drew into a bunch. Oh, busted! Electrical, poggers, well played, to be fair. Credit where credit's due. That was a smart turn from him. Stopped him losing this turn. Hum-tee tum-tee tum-tee tum, hum-tee tum-tee tum, tee-tum-tee tum-tee tum-tee tum, tum-tee tum-tee tum. Just Naga and Quag winning games as per. Kukui, poggers. Rangaroo. No one else is allowed to play a Rangaroo. That's my card. Don't you ever show up with an Orangaroo. He needs to be punished now. This was all fun and games until he put down that Orangaroo against me. I'm going to Quag it for 300 to win the game. Don't think I won't. What are the bad matchups for this unit of a deck? There aren't any. Simple. Naga Quad Bediff. I mean, guys, look. How many times do I have to say this? We've made a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet doesn't lie, okay? This was green. Yeah? Green. Let me just reestablish that for a second. For a minute. For a beat. Yeah? Green. The colour of... good. The colour of goodness. Goodage? Yeah, that'll do. You've been trying this deck for 2 weeks and it absolutely flaps. You've not been trying my list, bro. Come on. Don't paint this deck with the same colour brush. Look at him! Oh, slaps means good? Oh, then good. Perfect. Colour it with the same brush all you like. Busted deck. My bad. Not down with the lingo. You hope you don't have to test against Naga Quag the night before. Love playing against Persephone with this deck? That's the dream, right? Everyone out to get Quags. Everyone laughed when they said I bought 300 of them. Now look at you. Now look at you. Oh boy. Doesn't have enough damage to win the game, obviously. I think, right? What can he leave me with? We'll see what he can leave me with. Even if he kills like this. I don't know. We have a lot of hit points on all of our guys. I don't feel like this wins him the game. Can he just leave? No. He can't kill all of our Nagas. He makes us have 1 energy to win. Busted. Or an Aqua Patch. And I mean, our deck is thin. We have more energies where that came from. Believe it or not. Oh, look. No panic digging required. Felt like a lot of work. It did indeed. That's a clutch play from him. Yeah, I tried to get the Mag Cargo KO'd so he couldn't make that sort of play. I knew that was always his only ever win con, right? But we just have too much health on our single prize Pokemon. Let's keep this train rolling. If only it was a Fairy Lele, yeah. I mean, I could just Ultra Ball for Quagsire and one-shot it anyway. We had win regardless. Oh no, then I'd actually have to try and find a... No, if I just promote the Wooper, yeah. Ooh, a real deck. Yikes. My kryptonite. Let's show him the good news. Hey everyone, it's me. Whoops. We do play double stretcher, so I guess I get the ultra space. Augusto, thank you so much for the follow, my dude. Oh no, we prized so many naggers. Boo. We can lose very much now. We're in heaps of trouble now, boys. We're going to need some stealth and cunning to win this game. And lots of Onyx spam. Where's the list? I'll show you after this game if you want. Images sitting across from around one opponent saying, yikes, a real deck. Wow, okay. Let's just pretend they played an Elm turn 1. Choice band is so good on so many targets here. This means we can KO like Lele's down the line. This is good on Quagsires for like late game pushes. But I think the plan is to try and spam Onyx whenever we see a Zoroark. So I think we do it like this. Get ourselves out the monkey to draw more cards for now. Always secure that monkey. We are a combo deck after all. This gets us the free Pokemon that we wanted anyway. Which I think is going to be this for Jet Geyser. Solar Blast is still really good for early pressure against Zoro decks. That's what I've learned of my many years of quagging. Oh, I forgot to do this. So he's either sacrificing a Zoroark or an attachment here. Sounds good to me either way. Don't really want to spend the Aqua Patch just yet because all the energies are safe on this Volk. This is our Shrine of Punishment right here. 20 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Busted. What's he Nightowsing for? Just like Ultra Ball Lele for Elm? Like something like that? Can't see much else that he can grab. Picking a Naga instantly off our prizes is so good as well. Yeah, there's lots of Ball Search cards. Does this deck get punched by Guardy? Yeah. Why not Eye Opener Poipole? This does damage, man. Damage is good. Oh no. Green stuff. Yikes. Die, die, die. All the green stuff. Beets. We gotta kill some of that green stuff at pace. Volk is such a busted card. Yeah, this should get detonated by Guardi. This isn't a real deck. Don't be fooled by my overenthusiasm. I know that this isn't real. Traded away an Ultra Ball. Whoa. And high rolled the hell out of it. Oh, okay. Okay. So he was holding... I don't know how high rolly that was. That felt high rolly though. Even before Joe says this isn't real and wins Harrogate. So, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's a KO, right? Then we're just one Onyx away from win. He did forget to ping. What a silly goose. That's right. I just wanted to look at that Onyx like, oh no. So the Aqua Patch is like 20 damage. This is like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this actually protects more energy cards for us. And it lets us draw an extra card with Instruct. Oh, what a busted deck, man. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Wave your little quag goodbye. Hey, Pedro, how's it going, dude? Hope you're having a good day. We've got all the answers in this deck. We figured out the meta. Counter gain. Oh my goodness, he's back in it. No, he's not. What's the play? Staring you right in the face, my dude. Quag. 24/7. Always quag. We insta-win Blacephalon, Buzz, and Mill. And apparently Zoroark. Oh my god. We're going to 6-2 a Zoro. Sorry, not 6-2. What am I saying? A 4-0. 6-4. It's ridiculous. Lapras retired. Yeah. I realised you could use Lapras or you could just swing with a Quag himself. Just jam one Rainbow, one Steelix for the Guardian matchup. Oh my god, it's broken. It's so broken. He knows that we win on board, right? Does he not get it? Does he not understand? That these do this, then he does that. He doesn't understand, right? Please tell me you understand what's going on right now. Please. Please, just see the combo. Don't make me click all the things. Dude. 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 Dude? You're letting me do this to you? I've embarrassed you in front of all your friends. Ugh, look at his head. Oh, yes. Streaking with Quagums. Just like the good old days. I'm getting this Juniper with Quag. I've decided. Let's have a quick refresh of what the list looks like, because a few people asked. That would be hilarious if I played one Steelix as well. Play the 1-1 Steelix line. Let me see what Steelix does. Whew! That clean 80. Clean 90 for 3. Choice band. Oh my god. Ditto evolves. Yeah, we have the 1-1 and Ditto. This is where we're at with the list. Obviously, completely super consistent, broken. Yes, obviously, we know that. Don't remind me. But, yeah, looking good. Iron Tackle 170. Deal with it. Let's do it, man. We're just going full I hit for weakness deck now. This is so busted. Haven't needs a single Sightseer. Let's do it. Runis, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Mate, when I Steelix people, this is going to be the best day of my life. I'm pretty sure. Harrogate, here I come. Let's play one copy of me. Mate, this deck is broken. Thank you, Twitch chat. The answer was to play a third stage 1. Oh, wait. Need the rainbow. Do need the rainbow. Wait a second. I only want to play 3 Aqua Patch because if anything, we have too many energy. That's our biggest problem right now. So now we just auto win everything, right? It's a Gardy deck. Oh no, it's gonna be Gramble. It's gonna be Gramble. He can't knock out Steelix, right? Oh my god! Steelix survives, right? It has more than 160. The tech! We've teched for him! Unreal! Unreal! This is great! Steely boy. Yes. That's what we're talking about, boys. We've got nerves of steel. He's teched in my prizes. It's fine, this deck can take prizes. Takes all the prizes. Joe, you created a monster. We've done it again, boys. We've done it again. Yeah, we're playing 2 rainbows for Steelix. We can wash out to it, so we can just attach to an irrelevant thing and move it over. They've had a pretty busted turn 1, though. Look at this. Double slug. They can nest double slug. It's pretty... Oh, okay. Or they could be greedy. Cool. Was that timeable that you just took? What the... What the... But we know my cargo's in his hand. Oh, so he's just going to pay retreat out of this, I guess? Okay. There he is. He's not even prized, boys. Yes! Yes! Okay, it's fine. We play stretchers. There he is. There he is. Stroke his little head. Okay. We have both our stretchers. So I think I need to ultra ball these 2 away for some monkey draws. Mate, this Steelix might be the best thing in the world. Look at him, like, not know what's going on. That's what I'm ready for him to be like. Like, just the what face right now. There we go. There's the what face. Told you he'd do it. Ah. You can also move Super Boost if you're playing Swamp Quag. Yes! For the Kingdra Quag. Oh my god, let's play Kingdra Quag Tails and just max potion and move Super Boost around. What a pog. And I question that timeable. What an idiot I look now. You have a good deck. How's it going, Luke? Watch him all out us for 30. Just watch him. You guys watch him. Watch him hit this Ditto for 30 damage. Aww. Never lucky. Okay, Sophocles. You can do it. You can get me all the juice in the world, right? I believe. I mean, that is somewhat juicy. It's not all the juice I'm after. Sometimes you have to go behind to go ahead. When you know, you know. The rainbow is for Steelix. Yes, yes. We play one copy of Steelix, Luke, to win Gardevoir and to win Gramble. They made me do it. They tied me down and made me do it. Can't I stretch her for 3 targets and put them all into my hand? So sad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. It's clip time. I would like to move this to my active Pokemon. I would like to move this to my active Pokemon. I would like to move this to my active Pokemon. I didn't even need the extra energy. I don't know why I'm so happy about that, but we'll just quag him in the face. That's the hammer in there. You've got a good deck, haven't you? This guy also doesn't have a spreadsheet. He doesn't have the spreadsheet, guys. Come on. Spreadsheet never lies. This dude can't believe his eyes right now. What a deck, man. What a deck. Chat, this is all you. This one goes out to you right now. This guy is all yours. He's gonna insta-bot me for BM. I think he still wins, right? Looking for Steelix in real life. The thing is, we have to recycle this Steelix. that's the real problem here. What am I looking at? It's something I like to call the answer. We've had decks called the answer before, but this is actually called the spreadsheet. This list. This is called the spreadsheet. This is genius. Zorro, auto win. Guardy, auto win. 2 spaces. 2 of the best decks in format. Auto 1. Sorted. Ooh, that tickled. Okay, so we have our stretcher for getting back Steelix, PogChamp. We have the energy reload as well. It's all going to be okay, boys. And the energy just keeps on coming. We do need to start targeting his engine. There was no point in targeting the engine last turn because we only have 20 hit points on our Steelix. So we are going to try and look to Guzma eventually. It's just not... Wait a minute. Oh, no. I was surprised. But it's fine. You're considering Steelix in Zora counterbox. This is all the chat. Steelix Quag, the new tag team. Taking the muscle braces for the extra hit points. This deck is busted, man. So sad that he KO'd our Ditto. It would have been like easy for us to like recycle a Steelix immediately. Imagine. Counter energy seems good for our go behind to go ahead strategy. All hail the spreadsheet. What a lovely day this has turned out to be. I'll be honest with you guys. I did not wake up this morning thinking it would turn out like this. This wasn't planned, believe it or not. Should we not play the other Steelix? This one can do 90 for 3. The other one does it for 4 energy cards. So I think this is the right one. So we are in a spot of bother here. You try and get one of these whoops out. Maybe leaving the Quag was kind of risque. Maybe it was better for us to try and promote a Naga. We have enough energy anyway. I probably should have promoted a Naga just to retreat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, because now if I hit a Volk Prism, we waste a lot of energy cards. Oh, baby, he's back. Just when you thought he was gone. Just when you thought he was safe. Just when you thought he couldn't. Surely. He does! You're happy about that, are you? You're happy about that? Huh. Why? Why are you happy about that? Confused face. You think me losing 2 energy is a problem? Where's our rainbow? That's the real question. Need Shining Bolt to snipe the Dittos. Now we're thinking, team. Spreadsheet emote. Oh, 80 for 3? Oh, the reason why we want to do 90 for 3 is because you can choice band and KO Guardies. 80 for 3 doesn't let you do that. Luke, you think I only play Run Rainbow? Oh, Luke. You've clearly not looked at the spreadsheet lately. This isn't even my final form. So it is our turning point turn, so we can always get a KO here. But it's also about if we want to dig for Steelix. Okay. He's a team player. He's a real team player, this Steelix. Now we have the Guzma opportunity to try and deal with the Mad Cargo. Or we have the Cynthia opportunity to try and hit the Rainbow. I think when he already has a Mad Cargo, his board is too well set up with only 2 prizes remaining. I think we've got to try and hit the Rainbow. Is the Rainbow in here is the real question. Have we been going down a... Yep, no, definitely not in here. Okay, we've been going down a rabbit hole. This is not bad, though. This could get us a sneaky way to win. Jump over him with Jet Geyser and a multi-knockout. Right at the death. Hasn't played his switch yet, which is the obvious issue. He can't Guzma, it has to be switch. No way, he still can Guzma. But we can deal with both Orangarus in the same time and make it hard for him. There's the switch, right? Yeah. What's the reason in skipping the turning point turn? We don't win if we just keep going trade. So we had to try and disrupt that by taking a multi-knockout with Sauna Blast and hope that either his switch was prized or that... Well, I didn't even think Tay and Liza was still in this list, to be honest. I'm surprised it's here in the first place. We were hoping that basically he prized his switch, so like if he had to Guzma, we could then go for a knockout and double Orangaru for our win condition. We don't ever win at this point because we don't have any more spread opportunities, so the meme was spicy, but we got bodied. Poor Naga Quag. Let's have one more game before I go to bed. Going second against the fellow stage 1 detonation deck is a problem. And his turn 1 was pretty insane. If the second rainbow wasn't prized, ... Yeah. Remember. Don't think it was unlucky draws. I just think we never really had the opportunity to Guzma and disrupt his mad cargoes. But a Shining Vault could change the whole thing. Our matchups against evolving stuff could be even better, if you can believe that. Forget how clunky the deck's becoming. Took unlucky prizes to beat the Steelix. Yeah, the Steelix was pretty poggers. What a deck. I think I'm going to watch that Twitch clip a few times. Wait a minute, what is this now? What the? What the? Just keep smiling. What? I can't hit for weakness. Oh wait, yes I can. Onyx! Onyx! There he is. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What do I want here? Oh no, we prized our Volk Prism. Sad boys. I guess we just take a Ditto. Versatile basic. An innocent enough looking turn. Onyx OP plus ban. How do we beat Lost March though? Lost March is a hard matchup for us. Maybe I genuinely do need more spread in here. I think I genuinely need the Shining Volk to then win everything. We need to make space for Shining Volk. This can head bolt. Oh no, we have 70 hit points. Busted. Okay, is he gonna start sprinting? Yeah. Here we go. Can't spell spreadsheet without spread. Oh my goodness, it's a Togedemaru discharge deck. What the? Whose meme reigns supreme? That's a Stroker's little head card, isn't it? Look at him. Look at that little... Oh. I like him as one of the little Pikachu-like clones. Gonna lose to this? Maybe. Metal Melon. Oh, the tanky whoops. Nailed it. Onyx, I choose you! Do I? My hand is super dead. Fine. Oranguru, as always, I choose you. he may deck out with 2 zebras. Maybe. We'll see. Don't know why this is happening, but it's happening. Maybe a Brooklet to search Onyx and Whoops. Yeah, at the moment I'm playing Ultra Space to get the Naggers. I've thought they were the more important pieces to maintain energy. But the Brooklet could also be useful. I'm playing Ultra Space Nest Ball because I think the Ultra Space overall gets the longevity, like more value over the long term. But the Brooklet is still important, right? Still good. What can threaten this? What can deal with 60 damage a turn, boys? Nothing. This deck just can't handle that sort of pressure. We can retreat out of this if necessary. Yes, good, good. See, longevity of value. Demonstrate value. Separate for good. Shuffle. Some brave. Believe in the deck. Believe in the deck? Quangums. Okay, let's take a Zebra off his board. He's not candied or done anything just yet. We have Stretcher immediately for the Quag afterwards. So I guess... Don't know why we're up against this deck, but... It's happening, and it's a hard matchup apparently. If we played the Shining Volk, though, could be better. I don't know. It's kind of a shame that we don't have enough search for Volk Prism as well, because that's a key piece as well. So maybe the Brooklet is better, but I don't know. Oh! He plays Electro Powers! Pog! What? Why though? Toque de Maru! Busted. Oh, he got heads on the defense curl. Incredible. Our board is full, so we can't get a Volk. We could have played around it. Oh no, Volk's prized. He just defense curled me, boys. Isn't Volk weak to lightning? Yeah, that's fine. Who cares? Not relevant. We just got absolutely Wreck-It Ralphed by this Togedemaru though. Real talk. Let's protect the Quag, I guess. Monka S. We just got defense curled, boys. This man's invented what you're playing at League this weekend. Look at it. Oh, here we go. It's Volkner. It's Magnazone time. It's the Togedemaru sweep o'clock. We need Ranger. You know your deck's on a high power level when you're going toe-to-toe with Togedemaru. Yeah, I know both water Volks are weak to lightning. It doesn't matter though. We're trying to spread. We're trying to take multiple prizes with them. The Volk Prism would do 100 to the active and set up these guys for then the 50 and 50 to deal with like a Magnemite and a Togedemaru at the same time. He's sad about something. Has he prized a rare candy or Magnezones or something? I don't know. Something bad's happened at least. Pow. Discharge. Which charge? Discharge. Terrible. I'm sorry you had to hear that. Get him. They made the over 9,000 meme for this deck. I hope so. Look at him. Nestball more Togedemaru is down, I guess. Whoa, what did he discard? Ooh. Uh-oh. You're in trouble, honey bunch. You prized your magnet? You prized both your Magnezones? I feel bad for this guy. He was gonna destroy us. Like, genuinely would have won the game. Actually, whenever we kill the Magnezone, we always win. But ignore that. And just pretend that he would have destroyed us with Togedemaru. Oh, yes. He's got it all figured out, this guy. Is it time for some defense curls? I feel like it's time for some defense curls. Curls for the girls. Oh, unlucky. Okay, we picked up some Guzmas for when he starts flipping heads on defense curl. What busted deck. Todd Rooklive with the sub. Recently got Let's Go as a garbage man. Brilliant. I need to make that bigger because I'm not able to read those things. I'll go on to Streamlabs now and read the rest. Might be my last sub. Keep doing your thing, Omni boys. Cheers, Todd, for the support. Did you actually say curls for the girls live on air? Yeah. Defense curls. You're telling me female trainers don't want to play with Togedemaru? Look at him. Everyone catches one of those. Did he flip heads? What did he flip? Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. I'm just going to be ruthless. Nine months in a row, Todd. Thank you so much. There's your little Krogunk. Boom! Got him. Well, if this beats Togedemaru, it just about beats anything, so let's have a final recap of this list. I need to try and find space for a Shining Volk to make it the perfect 60. But we're almost there. We have the 3-3 Quag, the 3-3 Naga, the Double Stretcher, the Ditto, the Guru, the 1-1 Onyx Steelix, which is so busted. Anthony Cousins, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the little Jimmy emote. So the Onyx wins the Zorro matchups. Also evolves into the Steelix, which wins you your Guardi and hopefully makes Gramble close. And then we have the busted Volk Prism Star, which is actually just a busted card. So, drop one more patch? I don't think so. Patch is still good for early aggression. Steelix is Nectar. And the rest, I mean, the rest speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? Absolutely busted. Absolutely unreal deck list. Dunks on Blacephalon, dunks on Buzz, dunks on Yardi, dunks on Zorro. Easy. Best deck. Green. Spreadsheet deck. Absolutely busted. Cheers for watching, guys. That was a lot of fun. And, oh, we can play Muck for Gramble. Easy. Easy. Drop the ginger. How dare you. Alright. That was a lot of fun, guys. So, yeah. Maybe I'll play this again. But probably not. But it was fun while it lasted. Hope you did enjoy the meta chat. It was a bit all over the place because there's so many decks to consider right now. But as Harrogate approaches, I'll have a better view of what decks are going to be good. And it'll lead into a top tier tweaks video as per usual. So we'll get a little bit more serious soon as we start getting towards that tournament, which is really getting close now. So I'm going to Wakefield this weekend for their cup. Probably just going to bring Naga Quag, Steelix, and we'll see how it goes. So cheers, everyone. See you next time.